Hi everyone, it is Nightmare back again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about the Disney Value Resorts. Now you're probably saying, oh, they're nothing compared to the moderate resorts and the deluxe resorts. Oh. Sips tea and done. No, they are not like the moderate and the deluxe resorts, but they are nice in their own right, especially if you're on a budget. And most people, especially if they're going with family, they are on a budget. So today we are going to be talking about the sister resorts that are the All Stars resorts. So the story of how the value resorts came to be is that Disney realized that a lot of budget conscious park goers were staying off site. They weren't staying on Disney grounds. They were staying at like the Motel 6 or the Super 8 or whatever they have down in Florida. And they were like, how can we get those people in and yet, share some of the Disney magic but have it be at a decent price? Well, they had a lot of them in the opposite direction where most of the resorts were. So farther off or farther to where Disney's Hollywood Studios and ESPN Worldwide Sports Complex and Animal Kingdom are, so they decided to use up some of the land there and built their best value resort, which is Disney's All Stars Sports. Now, this opened in September 29th, 1994, and along with movies, it's one of the largest value resort at one of the largest all-star resorts with 1,920 rooms. And as you expected, it's all a sports thing. You got after you walk out of the main building, you got your surfing area, and then you got, I believe, tennis, then basketball, football, and baseball in the far back. They have two pools. One is in right when you walk out of the main lobby. Of course, it's themed to the surfing pool, surfing area, and the other one is in the baseball area. So it's in the shape of a baseball diamond, which is really just a square, but whatever. But being the first value resort isn't well liked. A lot of people kind of like saying, well, sports is okay to a point. I mean, if you just need a place to eat and put your head down and whatever, well, this would be the resort for you. As is all of the All Stars, but they do have this charm. Sports do have a food court, which is called the End Zone Food Court, but it is the only one of the value resort that do not have in a arcade. So after All-Star movies, sports, I have movies on my mind. I don't know why. Prone to be acceptable, they decided even before sports opened, they decided to build All Star Music, and that opened in November 22nd, 1994, so in the same year. Though each section was open in different times, the last section was open in early 1995, so there isn't as big of a jump. Music is the smallest of the is the smallest of the All Stars. It only has 1,604 rooms. So if you want it, so this is more of a smaller resort, and it's smaller because there are I believe in the Calypso area, which is the main this first area you see after you exit the lobby. It's home to where the guitar shaped pool is. I believe in that area is where they have suites. So that cuts down a little bit on standards rooms. So music, as you expect, is different musical themes. They have Calypso, which is, I guess you want to say, tropical music, country, jazz, rock and roll, and Broadway. Though Broadway isn't really it isn't really a genre, but whatever. And like I said, it has two pools, same as sports. Or actually, all of the All Stars have two pools. So, trying to think here. The second pool is the piano pool, and that is located in the jazz area. It is of course a smaller pool. The second pool is usually the small one, so just put it out there. And it has a food court. It's intermission food court. It also has a gift shop. And I don't think I think this is, and it also has a arcade. Now, I understand this is and I don't know if sports do have it. I'm just getting this information off of the Wikipedia page. If sports do not have an arcade or a gift shop or whatever, because I know they all have gift shops, but this would make music the first one to have a arcade in it. So after that, the two All-Stars did well. So after a couple of years have passed, so probably, I want to say around 97, after the sports and music were doing decently well, they decided to add a third All-Star resort, and that became All-Star Movies, which is, I like to call it the predecessor of Art of Animation, just done better. That being done better, I mean All-Star Movies did better than Art of Animation is, but whatever. So All-Star Movies is of course catering to the Disney movies, but it's not just catering to 4 Disney movies. It's actually 5, and they all are different in their own right. You have 101 Dalmatians, you have Toy Story, you have Fantasia, you have the Mighty Ducks, and you have Herbie. Of course, the first section, you once you get out of the main building, You see the Fantasia pool with Sorcerer Mickey on the rock, and oh my god, it's a gorgeous pool. And the second pool is the Mighty Duck Pond, which is obviously located in the Mighty Ducks areas. These are wonderfully themed areas, as is all the All Stars. But I think they did a lot better theming wise in this one, because they realized this is what we're gonna do and this is what we're not gonna do, and they just decided we're gonna do all these. There is no suites in this one, and along with All Star Sports, it's 1,920 rooms. And it, of course, have its own, food court. They have the world premiere food court. They have Donald's Double Features store, and I know if I recall, the arcade for movies is called Real Arcade, as in like a film reel. I believe that's what it's called. So Movies was the last to open. It opened in 1999, shortly after the New Year. And it was the last value resort for a number of years. Well, not a number of years, more like 4 years. Now, the reason why these are all sister resorts is that obviously they are, they share the same name, All Stars, but they are very close to each other. I believe they're in walking distance. I know sports is in walking distance of music, but I don't know if music is in walking distance with movies. I don't know. I think they're a little too spread out, movies and music. They are wonderfully themed hotels, so if you have little ones and if you don't wanna, stay off site and you want to be immersed with the Disney magic, these are great hotels to resorts to stay at. They have movie night every couple of nights. They have the pool party during the day. They have a lot of fun activities if you don't want to if you want to have a calm day, not at the parks. But there is a downside to the All-Star Resorts, and it's a big one. Now, the Disney transportation system changed over the years for these three. Back in 2005, when we stayed in All-Star Movies, all three of the All-Star resorts had a bus. But when we went back as recent as 2012, we realized that they decided to group all three of the All-Star resorts in one bus. So that could throw you off a little bit. And they tend to be the cheaper resorts of the value, especially sports and music. I don't know about movies. Movies is kind of up there. So you may get a lot of people from other countries are coming there. That's usually a huge complaint with sports and music, or sports and movies. It's usually one of the two. Saying that, during certain times of the year it get loud, it get rowdy. So there's that downside to it as well. If you are going during the quiet times, and during the time when most are in school, take an opportunity to stay on anywhere in these resorts, either if it's close to the main building or not. if you want a little bit of quietness, always try to get a room in the far back of the resort. It's quieter and you won't have as many kids because a lot of people tend to get the standards room to be closer to food court and all that. You may have a long walk at the end of the night, but that's nothing too bad. But if you rather walk and not, get disturbed by loud noises, then try to get something in the back of the resorts. So that is it for this time. Next time we will be talking about the latest 2 additions to the value category. So until next time, I'll see you, my lovelies.